Welcome to Script Learners. I hope you are doing well. In today's video, we're going to discuss some interesting problems that were asked in IBM coding interview round. Candidate had 1 year of experience. The interview was based on Spring Boot, Core Java, REST APIs, and Hibernate concepts. Candidate was asked two coding problems along with some theoretical interview questions on various things such as Spring Boot and core Java concepts. In this video, we'll be covering the coding questions part only. So before jumping into the problem, I request you guys to please hit the like button and subscribe our channel. We create some awesome interview preparation related videos on different companies. So make sure to subscribe and share this with your friends. So let's get started. Here is our first problem statement. It states that we have a string of letters which is in lower camel case and has the following attributes. It is made up of one or more English letter words with the first word in all lowercase letters and each subsequent word starting with an uppercase letter and followed by lowercase letters. Your task is to find the number of words in the given camel case string. For instance, if the input string is welcome to script learners, then there are 3 words in it, namely welcome to script learners. Okay, and at last we have to return the number of words that this string contains. So for example, this is the string welcome to script learners. The output is 3 because it contains 3 words. Okay, so the idea is very simple here. What we can do is, if you will carefully observe here, the one word from the other is getting separated through the capital letter. So it is basically in the lower camel case format that states that the first word will contain all the letters in lowercase and rest of them will contain at least one uppercase letter, and that will be the initial letter of that word. So if you will carefully notice here, 2 is a single word and T is defining it as it's a lone word. Okay, same with the last word, which is script learners. The first letter is S, which is capital, and here is T. So based on this, we can identify that these are some separate words. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? Let's jump into our code editor. I will create a new class here. I will name it as IBM coding interview. And I'll also select the public static void main. Let me also import the required packages. I'll do import java.util.asterisk. Okay, and this is our main method. As we have created a detailed video on what is public static void main, it is a very important interview question. Make sure to watch that video. I will drop the link here in top right corner. So let's get started. So what I will do, I will first create the scanner class object. So let me do that. I will do scanner sc new scanner system.fit. Okay, then what I will do, I will create a string and I'll name it as S, and I'll take the input from user by string.next line method. Okay, so we have successfully taken the input from user. Now what I will do, I will create a variable, let's say n, and I'll initialize it with 1. So this variable will contain the count of words that our string have. So if you will carefully observe here, the first word will be always in small letters. So it is something that is static. Okay, so we have already considered this word in our resulting variable, that is n. So we have initialized it with 1. Okay, now I will create a for loop. I will do int I equal to 0, I less than s dot length, I plus plus, and then I will check. What I will check? Character dot is uppercase. Okay, and inside this I will get the current letter that we have, caret I. Okay, if it is true, then we'll do n plus plus. That's it. So what we did here, we have a method called is uppercase, which returns if, and sorry, it contains a, a character in its argument, and if that, and it checks if that letter is an uppercase letter or not. If it is, then it will return true, otherwise false. So what we are doing here is we are iterating our program throughout the string. So it will check letter by letter whether the particular letter is a uppercase or not. If it is, then it will simply increment our variable n. Okay. So let's say if our algorithm strikes here, then it will get t, which is capital letter. Then it will simply increment this variable by 1. Then it will go ahead and it will find letter s, which is also a capital letter. Then it will increment it with the same. Okay. So at last I will do a sysout output plus n. Okay. And I'm also do a sysout here. Input. Let me run our program. Okay. Which asking for the input. Let me pass it here. So we got the output as 3, which is correct. So that was all about the first problem. I hope you understood this. Now let's discuss our second problem. I have also pasted the code here in the solution section. Make sure to check it out. So now our problem statement 2 is, it states that consider a binary string S comprising of only zeros and ones. A contiguous sequence of characters within the string is called a substring. A substring is said to be a balance if all its zeros occur before its ones, and the number of zeros is equal to the number of ones within it. It is worth noticing that the empty substring is also considered to be balanced. Determine the length of the longest balanced substring of S. Okay, so let's discuss this with the help of one example. We have given a string here. What we have to do is, here, first it contains only zeros and ones. So what exactly we have to do is, we have to find the longest balanced substring which contains, so we have few conditions here. First thing is, it should contain zeros and ones in a balanced way. Like, in there should, let's say if we are considering this substring, then it should contain 3 zeros and 3 ones. Okay. And the second condition is, all the zeros should lie before ones. Okay. If it is not, then simply return 0. So if you will notice here carefully, the longest substring is this. So this satisfies both of the conditions. First one is all the zeros are before ones, and second is there is a balance. There are 3 zeros and 3 ones. So hence we return 6, because the length of this substring is 6, and hence it is the longest balanced substring. Okay, so I hope you understood this problem. Now let's discuss the logical part here. How we're gonna solve this problem. So this problem can be solved in a very typical way, but I'll try to explain this in a very simple way. Okay, so what I will do, I will create, let's take this example, okay? So this is a first input. What I will do, I will create a string s1, okay? And I will initialize it with 0 and 1, okay? Then I will create one more variable, that is result, it, and I will initialize it with 0. So I will initialize a loop with a condition which will be the length of the string s1 should be less than the length of our main string, which is s, okay? And in every iteration, what I will check whether this string, let me name it as s contains our this s1 string, okay? So in first iteration, what we will do, we will check whether our string s contains this sequence. So yeah, it contains here and here. So there are two occurrences of this substring. So it will return true. Then what we have to do, we have to simply update the resulting variable with the size of this string, okay? So in first iteration, it is true. Yes, this string exists in our main string. Then I will update the size of s1 in result. Then what I will do, I will update this s1 with, I will add 1 0 in front and 1 in back, okay? So at the end of first iteration, our s1 will look like this, okay? It got updated. Now we'll do the same check in second iteration. We'll check whether this string exists in our main string, which is s. So yeah, it exists here, okay? So our condition will pass. We'll again update our resulting variable result with the size of s1. The size of s1 is now 4, okay? So it will get updated as 4. Then what I will do, I will update the s1 again with 1 0 in front and 1 in the back. So now it will contain 6 characters, 3 zeros and 3 ones. Then third iteration will check the same condition again, whether this uh, string exists in the main string. Yeah, it exists. Then we'll update the result with the size of this string s1. The size is 6 here. Then we'll again update this. This time it will not contain, so the condition will fail. So the result will stop getting updated, and at the end the loop will get break, okay? Because the size of the string will be equivalent to this at some end. So at that time, loop will break automatically and we'll get our result, okay? So hope you understood the basic crux here. If you didn't, if you are still confused, then please watch this instance again. I'm sure you will understood this problem. So let's jump into the coding part real quick. So I will reuse this boilerplate, okay? So what I will do, let me remove this parameter. Okay, let me remove this part. So I will create string s1 as 0 1, okay? And I will create one variable res as 0, okay? Then I will create a while loop in which I will check whether s1 dot length less than equal to s dot length, okay? Then what I will do, I will pause a simple condition here. I will check whether if s dot contains S1, right? Then simply update result with S1 dot length, as we discussed earlier, right? Then at last, what we'll do, we'll update S2 with 10 in front plus the current state of S1, which is this. It will get changed every time in every iteration, and one digit in at the last. Okay, so we have successfully done this, and I'll simply update our println. Yeah, I think we are good to go. Let's run our program. Let's test this with our first test case. Yeah, the output is 6. Now let's run it again with second test case. So here we are expecting the output should be 0, because the reason behind this is the zeros are not present in the upper half. Okay, so that's why we return 0. There is no balance substring except the empty substring, so the answer is 0. So here I wrote this empty substring by mistake. This string is not empty. We have zeros, but it is not present in the upper half. Okay, so that's it. So this problem was little tricky. I tried to explain this in a easier way. It can be done in some complex ways too, but I tried my best to explain this in some easier way. So hope you like this video. Make sure to share this with your friend, and hit the like button. And please subscribe our channel, guys. There are many things coming ahead. We are planning to launch some course from basic till advanced in data structures, and even we are planning to create some good content on full stack development through Spring and Spring Boot. So please make sure to subscribe our channel, guys. And that's it. Thank you.